everyone, it is Friday, which means it's time to start another weekly vlog here on Whitney's Tiny Life. And today I'm working more on the memory bears that I started yesterday. I ended up not having very much working time yesterday, so I didn't make a whole lot of progress on them. So that is what I'm going to work on today and hopefully get a lot more done than I did yesterday. So yeah, I talked more about it yesterday, which is last week's vlog. I'm making the memory bears that look like they're wearing overalls, and I think they're going to be so adorable. I just love making this style of bear with the plaid shirts and the denim and stuff like that. While I'm working on it, I am going to be watching Gilmore Girls on Netflix. Rewatching the show for like the billionth time ever. But I like watching a show while I'm working on something that I don't really have to pay that much attention to because I already know like everything that happens. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. If you're new around here, what I mean when I'm prepping memory bears is I am ironing the interfacing on the back of the pieces. I'm using clothing, and I cut the clothing items apart, iron fusible interfacing onto the back side, and then trace around the pattern pieces. And then once I have all that done, then I cut them out and I'm ready to start sewing. So that is what I call prepping memory bears. Yeah, so I'll try to film a little bit of the progress here in a little bit. Yep, that's what I'm working on today. It is Saturday and I am ready to get started in my sewing room. Actually, I've already gotten started a little bit. I did cut out the pieces for a memory bear, and then I decided that I do in fact want to do some sewing today, so I'm going to try to finish up a clothing project I've been working on. It is Simplicity 8447, and I am making the wearable mock-up, or wearable muslin, because I eventually want to make the overalls here in a denim, but I wasn't sure how the fit would be like around the waist, so I did the trousers option in this horribly ugly fabric. Yeah, it's ugly. It's like a brownish orange or orangey brown, whichever you want to call it. I think it's absolutely horrendous, but I bought it at the thrift store a couple years ago, I think now, almost 2 years ago, for like $2. And there were several yards of fabric. So I figured if anything, I can use it to practice, for making a test of something, and that is exactly what I've done today. I am using it as a practice to make sure that the waist and hip area of this pattern are going to fit me correctly once I make the actual overalls. And I am really pleased with how the pants have turned out. And yeah, I might actually end up wearing them. I did find a fabric in my stash that is a really pretty floral that is in kind of autumn colors that I picked up last year, I think, on clearance at Hobby Lobby. I only got 1 yard though. And the pattern that I want to use to make a top calls for a little more than a yard, but I've got the fabric drying right now. I hand washed it today. And I'm going to cut out the pattern pieces and see if I cut the facing out of a different fabric, if I can get the outer pieces of the shirt to fit on 1 yard of fabric. So it's going to be like playing around and seeing if I can make it work. But if it works, I think it's going to be really pretty. Yeah, so this is a 1940s pattern. The other pattern is also a 1940s, the shirt one that I'm wanting to do. And I think it'd be really cute together. For the pants, I cut a size 16. And then I think I mentioned yesterday, as always, I was afraid it was going to be too small, so I took the seam allowances smaller than they should have been. But for the top, I'm thinking I can get away with cutting a 14, which is what my bust size is, and then adjust the darts at the bottom to make them, to make the bottom hem a little bit larger than it should be, so that it fits my size 16 waist. So I have to play around with that. I really don't want to do a mock-up of that one, but I might have to just in case. But it should go together really quickly. So if I do decide to do a mock-up of it, I don't think it would take more than like a day. So I don't know. Might do that, might not, I don't know. But right now I'm going to finish up this. So I'm going to add the buttonholes and buttons, and I picked out these buttons right here to use from my stash. I have no idea what they're made out of. They are, I don't know, some sort of like ceramic type thing or stone. I'm really not sure. I just dropped it. They're really pretty. I have like 8 or 10 of them, so I'm going to use 4 for this project. And I think they're going to be really pretty, like a nice pretty touch to offset all of the ugly fabric. But that way, if I do end up wearing them, it'll be a nice touch to have some really nice pretty buttons instead of just like some utility looking buttons like would actually go along with the 1940s design. But yeah, so I'm about to get my buttonholer out and get to work on finishing up these pants. So hopefully I can get the buttonholes and the buttons sewn on and then the pants hemmed, but I'm not betting on that I'll get them hemmed today. I would like to, but I don't know if I will or not. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how they end up turning out. Yeah, really excited. Anyway, I think that's all I have to chat about right now. It is Sunday and I am getting things done. I did not expect to really do much work today, but it just kind of happened that I am. So I wore a dress this morning that I made to church, and so afterwards I needed Jeremiah to photograph me wearing it for a tutorial that'll be up later. And while he was photographing me, I went ahead and changed outfits and had him photograph me in the one I'm wearing, which is the hair scarf that I made, and as well as these adorable shorts. And so yeah, he got both of those outfits photographed. And Peyton is not taking a nap, so Jeremiah took her to go get some ice cream, and I decided while they're gone I'm going to really quickly record a voiceover for a tutorial. So yeah, it just kind of worked out that I decided to do the audio and everything today. So I'm about to get started filming a voiceover, and it's actually for the tutorial, or sorry, for the pattern review for these shorts. I didn't film making them, but I wanted to do a little pattern review anyway, since I've been talking a lot about sewing patterns lately. I thought it would be interesting to kind of just talk about my thoughts on a pattern and see if people like that kind of video. If not, then I will stick to anytime I show using a pattern, I'll do an actual step-by-step. I'm just kind of like seeing what people are into and things like that. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. So by the time you see this video, the shorts review, pattern review will already be up, so I can link to that. And then for the headscarf, let's see when this goes up. I can't remember if this tutorial will already be up by the time you see this video or if it'll be up in a few days. Either way, keep an eye out for that link or for that video to pop up on my Whitney Sews channel. So yeah, I am really excited about these projects. I think they turned out super cute. So anyway, I need to get started recording this audio because the ice cream shop is not that far away. So I don't have much time before Jeremiah and Peyton get back. So anyway, that is it for today. It is Monday and I am about to record another voiceover. That's because I realized I recorded the wrong one yesterday. I had forgot that I had kind of switched around my posting schedule. I originally planned for a pattern review to go up and then a different video, but I ended up switching them, and so now I need to record the voiceover for the video that's actually going up in 2 days. But it's not a problem at all because it just means that I am one step ahead on a different video, which is always nice. But sometimes when I have so many videos like in progress at the same time, this happens where I just kind of like forget what order they're supposed to be in, or I just feel like working more on one, even though it's not going to be posted for quite a bit later, and that's totally fine because it means that I am a little bit ahead for that, and as long as I stay on top of the one that's going up next, then it's not a big deal. It's just funny because I was like, yes, I'm so far ahead and all this stuff, and then I looked at my schedule and was like, oh, nope. So I actually got up early this morning and finished editing the project portion of the video that I'm going to voice over today, because the way I do it is I edit the project portion. So like the actual part of the video where I show making something that does not have the original audio set to it. And then I write my script. I do script all of my sewing tutorials. And the reason for that is because if I don't script them, I ramble a lot, or I forget certain details that I wanted to include, or, you know, whatever. And I say a lot like I do on my vlog channel. Anyway, so I got that, yeah, so I edit the project, script it as I edit so that I remember all the little details that I want to include. Then I record my voiceover, intro, and outro, and I edit that into the rest of the clips that I've already put together, and then I can export it. And usually while it's exporting is when I work on my images, so the video thumbnail, as well as pictures that go up on my website, WHITNEY'S.com, pictures for Instagram, pictures for posting on Pinterest, yeah, Facebook, all that stuff. Then once the video is exported, I review it. Then I upload it to YouTube with the thumbnail. And I add the cards, the end screen, the closed captioning, because I close caption almost all of my videos. Then I write the blog post, and I schedule the blog post, the YouTube video, and the Facebook post. Then after it goes live, so that's usually a day or two ahead of time at minimum, and then after it goes live, I then promote the video on Instagram and on Pinterest. Yeah, so that's kind of how the process goes. It is several hours of work per video. If it's like a haul or a more talking vloggy style video, those don't take as long. Those are pretty quick edits. I just edit out like the parts where I mess up, and sometimes add like video or photo overlays. So those are really quick to edit. But when it comes to tutorials, they can take several hours to do, from the filming and the editing and scripting and all of that. yeah, so a lot goes into stuff on my end of it. And then usually by the time I get around to like the blog post and all that, like I am so over it. I am ready to be done. That my blog posts tend to be not much at all or not very exciting. Just because I either don't feel like I have much more to say than what I say in the video, or I just am out of energy. I have no more energy to devote to that specific video. And yeah, so I wish I was better at the blog side of things. But that's just not my jam. I prefer the video part. But anyway, I thought that just might be interesting to kind of walk through the steps and things that I do. So let me show you. Here is the script I'm about to be recording today. This is for the How to Sew a Zipper in a Seam video that will already have been posted by the time you see this. Yeah, I've done this video before, but it was a long time ago, and the quality wasn't great because it was on my old flip cam. And so I just thought it was time to update it since I am doing more like garment sewing videos now. I wanted to be able to reference a zipper video that I was actually happy with the quality of. So I just whipped this video up one day, and yeah, it's kind of a basics video. I also show how to add a waistband with a zipper, which is something I didn't show in the original video. And then I'm going to have the how to do a buttonhole video. And then I can do some other videos like this if you all are interested in seeing more like basics videos where it's not like a full project. It's just one step of something, like how to put a zipper in, how to put a buttonhole in, how to, you know, do little things like that. So if there's certain topics that you want me to cover in a video like this, definitely let me know, because I just have to come up with video ideas on my own and hope that they're things people want to see. So if there are specific things that you want to see on my channel on Whitney Sews, definitely let me know, because I do take all suggestions into consideration. I don't always do them just because I like to make videos that I'm interested in. Like some suggestions they don't interest me at all. They're just not something that I would ever be making. So I don't do them because I don't get excited about it. And if I'm not excited about it, then I don't want to put much effort into it. And then the quality is just not good. And to me, it feels like it's not really worth it. If I'm not even interested in it, I think other people would see that. And so yeah, I like to do videos that make me interested and make me want to work hard on making a good video. But always open to suggestions, because sometimes people suggest things that very much excite me and are things that I hadn't thought of but love the idea of, and things like that. So anyway, I'm rambling, and as you can see, this is why I script my tutorials, because I am capable of rambling a lot. I'm home all day with kids, and this is I feel like I am talking to an adult time, so I just ramble on and on and on, but I need to stop now and record a voiceover so I can get back to editing. Yeah. Did I say it's Monday? I don't even remember. Whatever. That's today. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday and we are at the zoo. And it stormed super hard last night, so there's hardly anyone here, and it's so nice. And we've seen some of the animals already, and we're taking a lunch break. So I thought it would be fun to film from here today instead of from my sewing room. Yeah, you want to say hi? Yeah. Say hi. Hi. Mommy. You want to say hi? Mm-hmm. Hi. Yeah. So we are right outside the gorilla exhibit. We just saw the gorillas and the orangutans. We saw the tiger earlier, and some of the other cats. And that's about all that we've had a chance to do so far, because we had to wait until pretty close to lunchtime to make sure it wasn't going to rain anymore on us. But like I said, there's hardly anyone here, so it's super nice. It's breezy, and we have the zoo. It feels like practically to ourselves. So anyway, I would try to film a few more clips of the animals later. and have that to show to you all. Thursday, and we did a little bit of shopping this morning. I intentionally got up early today because it was the start of Joann's 75th anniversary sale, and I wanted to get me some more interfacing. So we headed over to the store early for us. It was like 9:30 when we got there, I think. And I got an entire bolt of the P44F fusible interfacing. And this is the one that I use for my memory bears, my t-shirt quilts, and lots of projects that I do. So I wanted to get another bolt of it when it was 75% off. That's a huge discount. It's the only time I've ever seen it this low. One time I got it for 60% off, and the other times I've gotten it for 40 or 50% off. This is my 4th time buying a bolt of interfacing, because I go through a lot of it, and it's not something that really goes bad. So like if you buy up extra ahead of time, like it's not a big deal. I will have the links below to the stuff that I'm showing you. So if you want to check out the Joann's website and get more information on it, you can. The sales on the website aren't always the same that are on inside the stores. So sometimes you can get a better deal on the website, sometimes you can get a better deal on the stores. It just kind of depends on what discounts they're running right then. So if you're interested in getting a bolt of something or just anything in general, check both places. Check the website and check in stores. The other thing that I got is a bolt of the Pelon fusible fleece. It is their 987F fusible fleece. The fusible interfacing is 48 yards. The fusible fleece is 15 yards because it is much thicker and really bulky, as you can tell. The fusible fleece is regular like $10 a yard, which is crazy. The interfacing is normally 99 cents a yard. So this whole bolt was like 11 something, which like I said is like the cheapest I've ever seen it in my life. But anyway, when we got there, the first 75 people to arrive got a scratch-off card. I didn't know if I would get there early enough to get a card or not, but I did, and I scratched it off, and it was 75% off a regular price item. The apparel interfacings were 75% off. All the rest of the stabilizers were not on sale at all. So I used my scratch-off coupon for 75% off of the fusible fleece, which brought it down to $2.50 a yard. So I got all 15 yards for whatever price that is. You do the math. So it still was quite a bit of money because I had only, and I knew I was for sure getting the interfacing. The fusible fleece was just kind of an add-on, so it did end up costing quite a bit more than I thought it would on the whole trip. But I'm really glad I got it because I don't use fusible fleece all the time, but when I do use it, I am so glad to have it on hand. Like, some things that I've used it for recently are tote bags, little like crossbody bags. I've also used it for our Jedi costumes. When I made our Jedi costumes for the OB style belt, I put fusible fleece in that so that the belt would hold its shape really well and not get like scrunched down and stuff like in a normal fabric, like a wide fabric belt will. If after wearing it a while, it'll kind of get like scrunched down and crinkled. But with the fusible fleece in it, it stays nice and crisp looking, and I really love that. So yeah, really, really excited to have both of these in my stash. They are so big to store, but it is something that I just love having on hand, because I used to buy these things in like really small quantities, like, oh, I'll go buy a yard and then not use it all for the whole project, and then start another project and have to go run out and buy another yard or two because I don't have enough. And that can really add up. It's quite a ways to our local Joann's, or if I go to Walmart, I have to pay full price for it. So I finally just realized, like, it's worth the time and energy and everything to just use a coupon or hit a sale and just buy it in a huge quantity and store it. Like, it's just way better off. And that way, if I decide to make a project spur of the moment, maybe super late at night, or just a time when I can't run out and go get supplies, I'm just using what I have on hand. It is so nice to just already have everything that I need, and I can just start right in. So yeah, that's what we did today. We also hit the thrift store. I found a couple of things at the thrift store, but I'm not going to show them right now. Anyway, what I'm going to work on today is that memory bear order that I started, I don't remember when, several days ago. I am going to finish prepping the rest of the pieces because I've been so lazy lately. I've hardly done any sewing in the last week or so. But I'm going to finish prepping the pieces for that. I might do a little bit of sewing on it. If not, I'll be ready to jump in head first when I sew the next time. Yeah, that's it for today.